Okay, this is an update to a previous video on using the grant management template for payroll, for stipend payroll. So what I recommend is using the template that exists online. Go to departments, go to G for grant management, go to grant management and legislative projects. Click on payroll down in the middle. That takes you to this page here. Here you have an upload. I have a video out there on how to do an upload, but here we're interested in timesheets. Click the one that says with dates. Open it, and the first thing you're presented with is your deadlines. Click enable editing up at the top. Okay, then use the input form. Why do we use the input form? Because all these areas are protected. Notice when you click in a certain cell, it's already populated with a formula. So look here and look here to see that. So that was by design. That was with forethought in mind. So we go to the input tab and we begin typing in information, and this information will populate every timesheet for every time period. You'll have to make one of these for each employee, however. So let's make one, Title 1. If this is a Title 1 grant. 2401 is for Title 1. The accounting unit, let's use an Emerson and Title 1 Main, 0255 101 for Title 1 Main, 101 1000. That's the accounting unit. Notice how the activity starts to build itself. The account for stipend 513123. Let's see. The sub account in most cases is 1411. If it is a EA, if we're talking about an EA, that would be 1711. Okay, the activity continues to build. Let's put in a category. In most cases, the category is going to be tutoring, but that's just an 80% solution. So we would type single quote 01144. Notice how if I don't type the single quote, if I delete the single quote, it deletes the leading zero. That's just a Microsoft-ism. An unfortunate Microsoft-ism. So we need the leading zero. Employee name, last name first. Okay, just like that. Employee number. A title, let's suppose that I'm a teacher. School name, Emerson, yes. School number, I just happen to know it's 0255, same number that the accounting unit begins with. Pay rate 22 for stipends. For hourlies, you would just type in their pay rate. So a lot of times it's less than 22. Pay codes 010, 010. If a teacher, 001 if temporary or temp hourly. Put in the duty date. This is very important. I'm just gonna say 8:00 to 2:30. 2:30. Now here's the payoff. When everything is complete here, including the regular duty date and everything else, if you go to pay period 1, notice how everything is filled in. If you go to the very last period, everything is filled in. So now let's suppose that we've come to pay period 4. Now all we're left to do is type in the work performed. TUTORNG, and then the total hours for that day. Unfortunately, these fields here in column E, you would print out the timesheet and handwrite those in ink. So let's say we had tutoring on Tuesday, Wednesday. I could just type TUK and then another hour. And then if you type those numbers in the total hours, guess what happens down below? It totals it up and computes it for you. Isn't that wonderful? So really all you have to fill in is this information here, and then the signature, employee signature, the principal signature in most cases, and the date. Now isn't that worth your while to fill out this input form? I would say yes it is, because now everyone is pre-populated. So you would save this and name it after the employee. And then if you have 10 employees, 5 employees, you need 5 of these. If you have 7 employees, you need 7 of these, where the employee number changes and the employee name changes. Everything else, maybe the duty date would change, but everything else would remain the same. So if you use this template, you're going to save a lot of people involved in this payroll process a lot of work and a lot of squinting of the eyes and a lot of QA, quality assurance. Okay, so let's go back real quick to the input form and let's look a little deeper at this category. To get your own category list, you want to go to Lawson, and you want to type in, you want to sign in. Hopefully this works well and quickly while I'm doing the video. And here in the search bar, you would type AC205. Right, okay, AC205. Give it a name, AC205. And type whatever you want here, category list, or whatever you want. That information there is a default. Choose category by group, then click add. Let's do it. Let's click add. If you've done this before, notice it says job already exists. So in that case, I'm going to click change for those of you who are familiar with, and I'm going to click submit. I'm going to click submit. User not found. Sometimes you get these errors, so let's try submit again. Submit. Okay, that time I took it. This one runs pretty fast. Then you would go right to print manager, and hopefully, no, it's not there yet. Let's go back to the favorites. Let's go back to print manager. There it is. See, that's how quickly. Now to retrieve it, come over here to the left, click the box. Click report actions, click view. And close out of there and click create CSV file. Then click open. There's all your categories. You might click here and double click there, and then you might apply some filters for those of you who know how to use filters. Notice how I selected above, then I went to the icon there that looks like a filter. Now I have filters. See the down arrows? Now you could just type in a keyword for tutoring, T-U-T-O-R-N-G. Those are all the categories for tutoring, but I need 5 digits. When you put it here, it just gives the critical, and there's your 1144. So if I were to pop that into a timesheet, I would type what? Single quote and a 0 before it. And then I would copy that or just type that into the timesheet. How about what's another keyword? How about sports? Okay, there's for sports. Then you would add the leading 0. What's another one? How about cooking? C-O-O-K-I-N-G. See, so this is how you would use the AC205 or the category list. Just make sure it's 5 digits long. Okay, that's a brief tutorial on how to make the most use of the stipend payroll timesheet template. Please use it, because the more information that is typed and legible and neat, the better off for everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you soon.